I think we've been here before.
A metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators and the entrance to the kitchen. That's the other side.
The elevators are over there, so that means...
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
That means the map was right.
Looks like.
Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we?
He's right. Let's get started.
From the looks of it, there are 4 possible routes. Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D. First, A and B.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Yeah, there were 2 doors. But they were both locked. We couldn't open them.
Now, Route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
Then do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway?
No, I don't think we will.
Why not?
Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed. But it's open now. What do you think that means?
Somebody came through here?
They opened it.
Most likely.
And if we take Route C, we're going backwards.
That would be pointless.
Then that means...
All 4 looked at the map. They all looked at the staircase. Its lazy curve leading down deeper into the ship.
Route D, then.
D it is.
Yup, Route D.
Then we're set.
Okay, go on Route D then. They jogged down the stairs until they reached the C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
Let's check the next deck just to be sure.
Yeah, just like I thought. D-deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great mirror.
At least the water level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C deck.
What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs, just like the floor above.
Hold on. These are kind of different. See? There's a card reader on the side.
Another strange mark.
Hey, look! It's Lotus's symbol!
Huh?
See? It's the woman symbol with horns on it. That seems like... Oh,
Wow.
Ouch, 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 ouch!
Wow, that's kind of insulting. Yo, don't be insulting Lotus, alright? Lotus had taken hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he had heard a low growl coming from her throat.
What was that about the mark again?
Nothing.
Such violence. Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil herself. With an uncomfortable smile, Jun spoke up.
This is a Mercury symbol. The horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
Hermes, herpes, whatever.
Hermes, whatever.
If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Gotcha.
Probably.
I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
How about this hallway on the left?
Whoa, there's so many doors.
They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging.
Damn it. If we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
I think the sun already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
That's even worse.
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Time to head back to the stairs.
To the right was a small hallway.
And now the right hallway.
Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in front of the stairs. The hallway led toward the stern, and its end was set over double doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them.
All right, let's start with this one.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
He simply stood, unable to speak. The others simply stared, open-mouthed. After a few long moments, Santa managed to speak.
What the hell is this? This place is huge.
A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the four companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Yeah, they are. There were simple things, more like pipe, thin, and mattress. Oh, more like little more than pipe and thin mattress.
Is this a hospital?
Kind of seems like a medical bay of some sort. He had at last been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room.
It definitely has the smell.
Could be. I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
3 of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Why is the second door blank? That seems kind of strange, don't you think?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Junpei headed toward the door, weaving his way between the beds. He started with the door 3 on the left and moved it to the right until he reached door 8. They're numbered doors, so we're gonna have to enter a digital route in order to enter.
Oh, it's no use.
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the Nonary game? We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't... Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase? If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing on it.
Right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
These are offline.
It's not responding.
All 4 took turns placing their hands over the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled the lever and still did nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red for the door 8 that was behaving strangely.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
What does it mean?
I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
I assume that maybe whoever participated in the previous last year's game, maybe these doors were actually used for here, possibly. And they're offline because they weren't working, or maybe there's a way for us to enable them to keep going. It was all but a moment they heard a voice from behind them.
I believe the bottom of the device has been removed.
Snake! Hello, Snake. Spun around to see.
Snake!
But it was more than just Snake.
Ace! Clover! 7!
Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising they had. If it had been the other party who opened the gate in front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'll bump into one another eventually. The rest of the Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How?
How did you end up here?
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they've been through and how they ended up in the same place. Of course, none of the very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although, level of cheer varied greatly from person to person. Each one of them was wearing some manner of smile, almost as though I had already forgotten about the death of the ninth man. No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thought of his death was what drove them to smile at each other. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. Ninth man had died, but they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. Sort of smile, uncomplicated joy. Junpei thought the joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the ninth man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
There you have it. Our half of the story.
His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought, and then he spoke.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look?
Yeah.
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
Why don't we check those 3 Reds again, just in case?
You're right. Huh, there's a long, thin gap on the bottom. I think it's a slot for something, probably electronic.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere.
I wonder what they all mean.
For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought. Like I said, I still have a theory that the symbols, the astrological symbols and everything, they are pattern of like from 1 to 9. We have to find the 9th, the Pluto, right? Yeah, I think it was the Pluto.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Of all people, it was 7 who answered, but with calm confidence.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
The Gigantic?
Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else.
What is this gigantic?
7 knit his brows for a moment, then began to explain.
The Gigantic. She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century.
That will make sense why they are kind of similar to one another.
Actually, the Titanic had 2 sister ships, and they looked exactly the same.
There you go.
The Gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourdane bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself. Which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. But the Gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So you're saying this Lord Gourdane bought this ship?
Don't tell me that the 0 person is also Lord Gourdane, and this is just their way of trying to enforce their crazy theories about the Titanic and the Nonary games, and the number 9 somehow is involved in this.
Yeah, at least I think I am.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
It could be.
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured,
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well, I mean,
Samuel looked around desperate, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, and then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed and shook her head.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Junpei was, he felt, legitimately shocked by what seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange.
Yeah.
Memory back? What do you mean?
Your point being?
He decided to revise his attitude to the next question.
Wait, was I the only one that didn't know?
Everyone nodded.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh?
You didn't tell us what?
I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
Oh. Oh, that's what he meant.
What?
Then almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment. A bell began to ring from far away.
Huh. A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12. Huh, 12.
So we got 6 hours left.
It's midnight. Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well, not just one.
Wait.
Plenty, more than one.
Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
Don't freak out. We've already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms?
We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms?
I'm realizing that the written dialogue and the spoken dialogue are a little bit different from one another, but hey, it's fine. As long as it fits the character tone, that's fine. His earlier experiences had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. Seven scratched his head awkwardly.
Maybe?
All right, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yes!
Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, from fore to aft.
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah, sounds straightforward enough.
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
I don't know how Snake is going to be able to find anything. I mean, the man is blind, so it's going to be really difficult to find things unless he just gropes around for it.
Right.
Then let's do this.
Details decided. They left to begin searching. Out into the hallway they went, each to the rooms they'd been assigned. However, did we not find anything? From far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. He did so only once. It was 1 a.m.
It's 1. I better get back to the others.
He jogged through the entrance to a larger hospital room to find 6 of the others already there.
Huh?
Ace, Santa, Clover, June, 7, and Lotus. They had gathered in front of the door number 8. Or perhaps, to be accurate, that I gathered in front of the red next to the door number 8.
What are they doing over there?
Had one of them found the missing piece?
What happened, guys?
It was June who answered him.
Junpei, look!
She was pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Vacant? Immediately he knew what she had meant.
Vacant?
Junpei sighed.
Come on, guys. Who was it? I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it.
Well,
Junpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut.
What the hell? What is up with you guys?
The one knew something he didn't, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things that way. Finally, Lotus frowned and spoke.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
You don't know?
When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first one back, but the missing parts were already back in the red.
What? Let me see.
Junpei looked at the bottom of the red again, just to make sure. The slot had been opened, the bottom was now covered in metal.
You're right. It's in there. What about the other two?
They're the same.
Let me take a look.
Junpei quickly examined the other two boxes.
It's just as you said.
Huh. Satisfied that they were also repaired, but still very confused, he returned to the others.
Alright, I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right?
Maybe they were... That wouldn't have been timed. I'm guessing somebody probably found them, right? They found the three. They didn't tell anybody about it. They decided to go through one of the doors, or some set of the doors here. I think that's what ended up happening. Maybe. I don't know. Or, while we were searching, Zero actually came out and went ahead and enabled the devices. Somebody must have. Somebody must have had to.
Correct.
none.
Ace and June nodded silently. Seven raised his hand as if to say, not me, and Sana just shrugged. Only Clover lowered her head and did nothing.
Huh. Wait a minute.
That was when he noticed.
Where's Snake?
Junpei swept his eyes across the room a second time, but Snake was nowhere to be seen.
Does that mean that he found them?
I've no idea. There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either.
I don't suppose we'll know until we can ask him in person.
Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
Maybe he's lost.
Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place.
Yeah, why didn't his sister, unless she knows something, he won't be able to go through either of the doors, to be completely honest, because the doors are 3, 7, and 8, and he is number 2. So I don't think he will be able to enter any of the doors personally, by himself, alone. And you have to have at least 3 to 5 people with you in a group, or else the timer would just explode. So I don't think he went through the rooms, but he's up to something, and the sister's not telling us. Clover raised her head.
No! That's impossible!
Suddenly, she was shouting.
Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he couldn't get lost. That's impossible!
Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles of her hands had gone white. She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes.
I'm gonna go look for him!
The words were barely out of her mouth when she began to run.
Hey, hold on, Clover. Wait!
Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. She kept going, and before anyone else could react, she was gone.
Well, that didn't work.
He didn't really try much.
Damn it. What should we do now?
Well, the red is working now.
No! We're not leaving 2 people behind! We should go look for them!
Oh man, this ain't good.
Oh, yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots.
Then remain here if you feel you must, but there's no time. We've only 5 hours left.
Junpei and the others nodded to one another, took off at a run. I wonder... Oh, something bad's gonna happen, isn't it? In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up.
Let's split up.
All right, I'll take this direction.
Then I shall look that way.
I'll be over here.
See you all later.
Soon, only 2 of them were left. The two with Junpei and June, who'd been a few steps behind the others.
All right, we should go too.
Yes, let's go. But where should we start?
Let's see.
Okay. That's what I'm actually gonna go ahead and actually save right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna save on this empty data pack over here. Save here? Yes, we're gonna save here. And that's actually what we're gonna go ahead and actually call it for the time being. This game is really interesting, and I can't wait to play even more and more of it. God, this is actually really fascinating. I'm highly enjoying myself. God, this is so good. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break right here. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a blast. I had a blast as well. My name is Thamriyell. Like, subscribe, and as always, have a good day. And I'll see you all wonderful people in next episode of Zero Escape. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I think that's how it goes. Pretty sure that's the pattern here. Anyway, see ya.